getting back to point, is something to do with the two main what do you call it? The two main tools or device, or what should I say? Ideals or program or whatever it is. What I mean is religion and culture that builds a man's life. No, we might be denier of this in so many sense, but as I sit here, there is a picture that can be drawn out of me as I speak. You meet a person and speak to that person, interact with that person, and you can draw some culture or some religion basis on him, because or her, somehow he has been fed by a parent, whether it was a foster parent or it was a what do you call it, his original birth parents, whichever way it is, his biological parents, whichever way, you can sense that he or she, in every regard, has somehow been fed through cultural means or religious means to sort of live a life or sort of embrace whatever life he is into. And his views will have so much reflection on those bases. If it's not through his dressing or his appearance, then by his words, his utterances, or through his gestures, or somehow his behavior, character-wise, you can also see that also in the character. Most of the cultures and all that the people we see every day has got some sign or something that really hangs over them. So these things are not deniable. I actually have got much of a Christian influence or Christian admiration. That, something that this was what drew me to sort of make or decide on the norms or the or let's say the morals of life. Most of my morals were derived in those sense as I accepted the Christian belief or the Christian faith, more to do with the Trinitarian acceptance of gospel. And there has been others in the Islamic section also that you can also sense from them. Then the Buddhist people also have got their also signs and so many things that reflects on them. But somehow there are other areas which people also can sense and say they are casually presenting themselves and they don't belong to any denomination or any group. That may be the case, but I don't think so. You may have drifted out of that place, but you still have something that hangs on you. You can completely deny the fact that you are from a culture or a religion. It is something which you must definitely discover, or you can dig it out yourself or find out as time goes on. There isn't a single person that has been born onto this life that hasn't got culture or some religion basis fed into his life to be the basis of which he makes these decisions or how he presents his views. The only time that you can have anything which is balanced or is not biased in that sense will be when you are old enough to make your decisions. In my case, and the case of many others who are old enough to sort of decide to know that we have to drop some of the baggage and see which is good for us to carry on, but eventually we'll be dropping everything that we need to drop and only carry forward what is necessary to carry forward. Now, if I use the word baggage, I'm sure you are getting the gist of what I'm trying to say in terms of your morals, your ideals, your views, your character, so many things of the baggage, of the responsibility or the weight on you. There are so many things you'll be dropping off, and some you'll be carried along. Others also hold on to everything till their death, carries them away. But as I said, I know that these things should be done. I don't want to wait. Maybe my life will be taken tomorrow. How would I know? Excuse me to say that can be possible, as we are human beings. And I wasn't able to sort of alter this video. That would have been a very bad thing, and it would have been maybe the worst kind of case that I would have ever committed. So it's best that I do it now. Share my views. It might not matter. It might matter. I'm not too keen about the pros and cons of what others' objections might be. As far as I see it, I have carefully thought it through. I've seen that it is necessary, and I'm doing it. As I said, when the truth begins to come out, then you see the evil. Reflection of evil can never be something invisible. It is always visible, but its visibility, you can see it reflecting in the human race, in people, in the men and the women, in every angle. You can see it happening in such a way that the objections that rush into your life, that sort of finding ways to limit you and silence you of what is called the truth, is unbelievable. Now, that will be the next person sitting somewhere, or the next person somewhere, that the human race is so huge, a quantity that no one can tell what is in it and what is outside it. All we see is the physical things before us. We enjoy ourselves, we live sadly, we cry, we make our comments, we do everything that we have to do, but we do not have the ability to sense and see that among the humanity, the race, we've got what we call evil, and we've got what we call good. Now, evil in the sense that anything that objects your activity, anything that objects whatever that is good. Perfect example is when one is referred to as a witchcraft or a wizard. The name or the definition of that two words of witchcraft and witch and witchcraft and wizard is nothing good but a group of spiritual possessed nature that does evil in every character or every sense that one can think of. Now, whether the evil in the sense of this sort of life, of which whether it is good or bad has not really been checked out to know, or whether it is to do with the fact that anything, any good thing stands in the way. They sort of are there to sort of reject it. They don't want anything good. Sometimes I ask myself, then who are these witches and wizards? Who are they? But the description given to them, actually the meaning is that a nature that resents anything that is good, or anything that is better, anything that can be progressive. Now, we have to also accept that the things that may be good for you may not be good for the other. Now, as to what the witches and wizards, what role they play in standing in the way of all that is good, is something relative to what the ultimate God. Now, if we are able to define who God is, and define the views of God, and define the work of God, and see the direction by which God operates, then we can also see the direction by which the witchcraft and the wizards operate, because they are there to stand against the ultimate decisions that come from the living God. And that means that the witchcraft would not like anything that exists in life. And so their main purpose is to take life and destroy life for their own selfish gain. Now, this character is quite common among the human race in so many senses. There are people who have been possessed by this form of witchcraft and wizards that they are probably not aware of. I myself